It's 1996. John Major is Prime Minister, Britpop is at its peak, and Doctor Who has returned to UK audiences. Sorry, no, I got that wrong. To American audiences? Doctor Who is back, but this time in a whole different country, in the hope of creating a new TV series. As we all know, though, this didn't end up happening. But why is this? Why was the series cancelled? Was the film really that much of a flop? Well, let's find out.
It was on the planet Skaro that my old enemy, the Master, was found.
Opening narration. That's new. I suppose the Americans probably didn't know what's happening, so it's a nice addition.
Then he made his last, and I thought somewhat curious request. He demanded that I, the Doctor, a rival Time Lord, should take his remains back to our home planet, Gallifrey.
What the hell are those voices? Wait, were they meant to be Daleks?
The request they should never have granted.
Well, that was different. A good different.
The Time Lord has 13 lives, and the Master had used all of his. But rules never meant much to him. So, I stowed his remains safely for the voyage back, because even in death I couldn't trust him.
Still more explanation. And the Sonic is back? No way.
There. That should do it.
Sylve! Good to see you again. Seems he obtained a fetish for clocks sometime after survival. Look at this console room. The set dressing is extraordinary. Well, that doesn't look good. Should have used a deadlock seal, mate. No, not the teacup. That was original China. Now the console's breaking down. Sending us to Earth, of all places. Right, where are we? China? Oh, no. Chinatown, San Francisco, 1999. Nearly the new millennium. So who's this fella? And why is he so heavily armed? I spoke too soon. These guys have much bigger firepower. Well, nowhere to run. Oh, that devious Doctor. Let me guess, he's going to sonic all their guns and stop them working. Wait, what? They just shot him. Thanks, Chang Li. You've got it all done now. Barely 10 minutes in, and it's looking up. The American audience is up to speed on a little Doctor Who background information, 13 lives, the Master, etc. And now he's been shot, ready to be carted off to a hospital.
Is he rich? Because if we're going, he better be rich.
You know, when I first watched this, that line really went over my head. But thinking about it now, even back then the American healthcare system was so money-hungry. Lee signs the Doctor's paperwork and reveals our date, December 30th, 1999, so very close to the millennium. Then he just guesses the Doctor's name, John Smith. Must have been the English accent, I guess. Inside the hospital, the Doctor is operated on, not too concerned by the fact he has 2 hearts. Must be a joke, I guess. They remove the bullets, but his heart is going wild, probably because he has 2 of them. So they call in their top heart surgeon, Grace Holloway, who has just up and left the opera, operating in her exquisite gown, but I highly doubt that's sterile. So by this point, the Doctor might as well be stable. He's just unconscious.
Puccini, Madame Butterfly.
Never mind, he's not. But he's actually fine, even if a little unstable. Not knowing any better, Grace continues the operation, killing him. No big speech, no heroic deed. The Seventh Doctor is just killed on an operating table because he wasn't human. Unsatisfied with losing a patient, Grace wants more information, seeing that his X-ray is not just some double exposure, but real. And then she questions Chang Li.
Sorry. It's okay. I'll tell his family. Are these his things?
Yeah.
I'll take them.
Maybe we should contact the family ourselves.
No, miss. This'll hit him really hard. I'll tell them.
You don't know this man at all, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Then tell me his real name.
Getting caught out, Chang Li makes a run for it with the Doctor's stuff, managing to get away. It's not Grace's fault. Must be impossible to run in that dress. Down in the morgue, this guy is an absolute creep. I mean, you must have to be to work here. Unfortunately for him, he's going to get the fright of his life. I can't tell what's more creepy, the sudden regeneration or his attitude to dead bodies. Yeah, I'd react the same, mate. I present to you our 8th Doctor, Paul McGann, the man with super strength. But it just so happens, this isn't our only rebirth tonight. Because it's now the dead of night, the paramedic who took in the Doctor can finally sleep unbothered. But not for long. That devious master. Of course he managed to escape extermination. Now he can use one of his old tricks, body snatching. Our new Doctor makes his way through the hospital, which for some reason has an abandoned wing? This isn't the only question, though. Doctor, that's not the letter you're looking for. The letter is I. It's who am I, not ah. In the morning, the Doctor does a bit of wandering, looking for a new outfit. Finding a scarf? How the hell did that get there? He also assembles his new outfit, a nice Edwardian look. I actually really like it, though the wig is something to be desired. Grace wakes up and finds out that the same guy she killed last night also woke up, and just walked out. Of course she doesn't believe it.
Hey, Pete. Stop by psychiatric and pick up some more mind-altering drugs.
Okay, sure.
Fed up with all this crap, she takes her stuff and just quits her job, running into another kind of doctor.
Puccini. We've met before.
I don't think so.
Yes, I think so. I know you. You're tired of life, but afraid of dying.
Not only that, but a different kind of man.
Get out! Get out!
My heart! Something...
Oh my god, that is brutal!
What is this?
Back in the hospital, the Master looks for the Doctor, finding out the Doctor is regenerated, and Chang Li...
The Asian child.
The Asian child? Bruce, you're sick.
...has taken his things. Great. Grace takes the Doctor to her house and listens to his heartbeat, but she still doesn't believe it's the same man. I mean, how can it be? He may be talking about meeting Puccini, but he may be lying. She gives him her now ex-boyfriend's shoes.
These shoes! They fit perfectly. Yes.
What an absolute weirdo.
I am the Doctor!
Damn, the first time the Doctor actually kisses someone. We'll get a lot more of this later. Chang Li takes the TARDIS key and makes it inside. Another person who doesn't believe what they see. Inside, he meets the Master? How on earth did he get in there? It's not like he had a key. So the Master's goal is to steal the Doctor's remaining lives, yet again, and Chang Li is going to help him. Not only because if he doesn't he will die, but because the Doctor is evil, so must be stopped. There is also a financial incentive. Using Chang Li to open the Eye of Harmony, a connection is opened between the Eye and the Doctor, revealing this controversial fact.
The Doctor is half human.
This is effectively retconned now. Thank God. So the Doctor needs an atomic clock to save the Earth, and with Grace's help...
Please help me find. Grace. Grace. Grace.
Here we go. Convinced that she's mad, and so is the Doctor, Grace calls for an ambulance, though the driver is not exactly the best of the best. Though it does give us a very good scene.
He likes me to call him Doctor. You know, Freud had a name for that.
Transference.
Yeah, that's very witty, Grace. At least Freud would have taken me seriously.
He'd have hung up his pipe if he'd met you.
Actually, we did meet.
Oh, that's right. He's a Time Lord.
We got on very well.
Did you know Madame Curie, too?
Intimately.
She kissed as good as me?
As well as you.
Realising that Bruce is actually the Master, the Doctor acts fast, grabbing a fire extinguisher and kicking down the ambulance door. I guess the regeneration energy's still flowing. Outside, the Doctor is nearly shot by a cop.
What? Stop! He's British.
Yes, I suppose I am. Jelly baby, officer? Jelly baby?
Just take it.
They really are trying to take the mick out of Americans in this one, huh? Stealing the motorcycle, they race off for the atomic clock, only to be closely followed by the ambulance.
Great! I finally meet the right guy who's from another planet!
Steady on, love. You only just met him less than a day ago. And you killed him. They outrun the Master and Chang Li, making it to the place where the clock is held. ITAR. The ITAR? Oh, forget it. Meeting the only guy able to go up to the clock, the Doctor reveals a big secret to him.
I'm half human. On my mother's side.
Also, he can steal his ID, of course.
See? I told you it was small.
What is it they say?
Yeah, they say that on my planet too. I know you.
You do, huh?
Gareth. Answer the second question on your midterm exam, not the third. The third may look easier, but you'll mess it up. What? Remember, answer the second question. Don't forget.
I won't.
Throughout, the Doctor has hinted to have the ability to see into individuals' timelines. Apparently, this Gareth guy will save the human race several times over. Spotting the Master and Lee, the Doctor sounds the alarm and lowers them to the ground. Pretty smooth going. They make it back to the TARDIS, but don't have a key.
It's in a cubbyhole above the P.
Great going. Shame this never comes up. What? Well, that happened. Now inside, the Doctor saves the day, closing the Eye of Harmony. But it's not enough. The Eye has been open too long, and the Master has arrived. The final confrontation, yet again, and the Master always dresses for the occasion. As the clock nears midnight, the Doctor is put into position. What the hell is that thing? Putting doubt into Lee's mind, the Master's lies come to the surface. Good always prevails over evil. Well, it's not the worst thing that the Master has done. Using Grace as an alternative, the Master opens the Eye yet again, allowing him to absorb the Doctor's lives. Grace rushes for the console room to reroute the power, but she doesn't have long, as chaos ensues over San Francisco. And just a second before midnight, Grace does it. She saves the Earth from destruction and tries to free the Doctor. God, this story is brutal. A fight ensues between the Doctor and the Master, ending with him jumping straight into the Eye of Harmony. The Doctor gives him one last chance, but of course he doesn't take it. Stubborn old bugger. And just like that, the day is actually saved for the last time. I think as one last thanks to the Doctor or something, the TARDIS revives Lee and Grace, allowing him to take them home, right as the clock strikes midnight. Now a better person from his experiences, Lee gives the Doctor back his things, and the gold dust that the Master used to bribe him.
These two. Please, keep... Really? Yes, really. I better go before you change your mind.
Lee! Next Christmas, take a vacation. Just don't be here.
Right. Thanks. Thanks, Doctor.
Oh, that was nice of him. The Doctor always sees the best in people. With Lee gone, it leaves just the Doctor and Grace, who rejects his offer of travelling. With a final kiss, they part ways, and that's it. Our Doctor is free to fly away and have many adventures. Or as the EDAs will tell you, get arrested for possession of cocaine. Yes, that actually happened.
Thank you, Doctor.
No, thank you, Doctor.
Right. Where to next? Oh no, not again.
Honestly, that wasn't as bad as I remember it. While the plot towards the end is a bit ridiculous, overall I thoroughly enjoyed it. I still wouldn't say it's a good story, but it is enjoyable. It's also about the length of a 4-part story, if you remove the titles and end credits. It's nice watching a story that doesn't have needless cliffhangers all 3 to 5 times. There's no, oh my god, is the Doctor gonna die? Speaking of the Doctor, Paul McGann is definitely one of the best interpretations of the character, which is why I'm so glad this wasn't the only time he appears, as Big Finish took him on as the incumbent Doctor and ran the length of the globe with him, creating so many stories we wouldn't have if he did get a TV series. It's as he said in a panel that I watched, while it is a shame he didn't get to do more, it's probably for the best that he didn't, as it just wouldn't be the same today. He's also a really lovely guy. If we didn't have Paul McGann as the Doctor, it would be because Tim Curry was originally planned for the role. Tim Curry, from Home Alone 2. Can you imagine? Grace as a companion is actually quite enjoyable. She's for once grounded in reality. Not many people who are sane would immediately accept the fact that the Doctor is an alien, which is why for a while she doesn't. I really like her as a companion. In the beginning she actually questions the Doctor, but comes to take him as he is, a madman with a box. If a full series were to have been produced, I'm sure she would have been a wonderful companion. And there we have it. For 17 years this was the only visual thing we had of the 8th Doctor, and nobody had any idea how he regenerated. Until the 50th anniversary, and tomorrow we shall find out how that went. I'll see you then.
Oh no, not again.